Welcome to Lively Lewis Stories.
Buckle up, because you're about to join Levi and Ivy on an adventure.
All you need is your imagination, and
Off we go! Lively Lewis Stories!
Levi and Ivy had lots of good friends at school, and they all liked to do different things. Some were art friends, some were sports pals, and some were reading buddies. They would read together and act out all the adventures in each book. But there were also some friends that didn't always think of others, but instead thought mainly of themselves. While they were nice, they never showed Levi and Ivy that they knew what it meant to be selfless or think of others' needs before their own. Aliyah was not one of those friends. Aliyah was great. One day at recess, Levi was playing soccer with Aliyah, like he did most days. They loved practicing goal kicks, throw-ins, and passing together. They had a big game coming up that weekend, and Levi and Aliyah decided to practice extra hard so they could lead their team to victory. Aside from being a great soccer player and friend, Aliyah was also the most kind and thoughtful person Levi knew. But what made her extra special was that she never wanted to take credit for anything she did. Some people do good deeds to make sure others are watching, so they can get praised or maybe even rewarded for their kindness. Aliyah, on the other hand, felt the reward for her good deed was making others feel special, appreciated, and happy. She did it because it was the right thing to do, not because she wanted the praise. For instance, there was this time that Levi and Aliyah's friend Ava lost her squishy panda pencil topper that she had just bought at the school fair. Aliyah heard about it and saw how sad Ava was. She made sure that she had enough money left over after buying her books to buy Ava a new pencil topper. Then, while Ava was away in the bathroom, Aliyah put it on her desk. When Ava got back to the class, she was so excited to see what was waiting for her. "Who found my pencil topper?" Ava exclaimed with a huge smile on her face. No one said anything, but Levi had seen Aliyah buy the topper earlier that day and then put it on Ava's desk. He thought she was buying it for herself, but now he knew why she really bought it. "I don't know," said Aliyah. "I guess anyone could have found it. I'm just glad you have it back." Levi thought that what Aliyah did was so wonderful, that as soon as he got home, he told his mom and dad. "That was so nice of her," said Levi's mom. "She has a lot of integrity." "A lot of what?" replied Levi, never hearing that big word before. "Integrity," repeated his dad. "It means having a strong understanding of what's right and wrong and doing the right thing even when nobody's watching or when it may be a difficult choice to make." "I get it now," said Levi. "Aliyah does have a lot of integrity. That's it. She didn't even want to thank you from Ava. She just wanted to see her happy again. It would be amazing if everyone acted like that." "It sure would be," said Levi's mom. "If you liked what Aliyah did, then you should give it a try too." Usually, Levi liked to be noticed for doing good things. He would make sure his parents knew that he cleaned the playroom or that he was the one who took out the garbage because maybe he would get a thank you in the form of an extra treat after dinner, and that's perfectly okay. It's nice to be appreciated for a job well done, but Levi thought it would also be nice to just do something to make someone else happy and not need anything in return. The next day at recess, Levi and Aliyah were still practicing for their soccer game that weekend. But Levi noticed that his friend wasn't acting her normal smiley self. "What's wrong, Aliyah?" Levi asked. "Oh, nothing really," said Aliyah. "I just went to buy new soccer cleats last night." "The Super Kicker 5000s?" exclaimed Levi. They had both been wanting a pair of them forever. But Levi's cleats were in really good shape and he knew he didn't need a new pair. "Yep, my most favorite ones in the whole world, and they were finally in stock at the sports store in town. But when I got there, they were already sold out of my size," said Aliyah, looking a bit sad. "Not a kid size 5 in the whole place. My cleats are pretty old and I really could have used a new pair." "I'm sorry, Aliyah," said Levi, "but I'm sure your old cleats still have one more amazing game left in them for this weekend." "I guess you're right, Levi," replied Aliyah as they kept on practicing until it was time to go back to class. When Levi got home after school, his dad told him to sit down because he had a big surprise for him. "I know you've been practicing super hard for your big soccer game this weekend, and I have something that could really help you out on the field," said Levi's dad. Levi couldn't wait. He loved surprises. "Here you go, buddy," said his dad, handing him a shoebox covered in bright neon swirls and stripes. Levi knew what was in the box right away. The Super Kicker 5000s! Levi shouted as he ripped off the lid. These are incredible. Thank you so much. You know Ben, my friend that works at the sports store? Well, he won this pair in a raffle they had at their company picnic. His kids don't play soccer, and he asked if you and Ivy could use them when I saw him yesterday. I know you've been talking about them for a while, so here they are, said Levi's dad. Go ahead, try them on. I know your other cleats are in good shape, but I thought we could just pass those on to Ivy sooner than later. They fit perfectly, but not according to what Levi said next. Wow, Dad, these are amazing, but I guess I'm having a growth spurt because they're a little tight, he said. A little tight? I thought you were a size 5 now. Wow, you kids are growing up so quickly, said his dad. Just put them back in the box. Ben said if they didn't fit, he would exchange them for a different size at the store. Levi's dad told him they could take a walk to the sports store right then and exchange them for a bigger size. But as they walked there, Levi asked if they could do something else instead. Dad, as much as I want these cleats, I know someone who needs them more, Levi began. It's a tough decision to make, but I'd really like to give these cleats to Aliyah. He then told his dad the story Aliyah had told him at recess that day. I'd just like to leave them on her doorstep if that's okay, Levi asked. Wow, I guess you were really listening when we had that talk about integrity the other day, replied Levi's dad. I'm really proud of you. Yes, you can do that. So Levi and his dad turned around and headed for Aliyah's house. Levi snuck up to the front door, put the shoebox down on the porch, rang the doorbell, and ran off to hide behind a tree just in front of Aliyah's house. When Aliyah opened the door, she knew exactly what was inside the shoebox covered in bright neon swirls and stripes. Mom! Dad! Someone left me a pair of Super Kicker 5000s! Aliyah shouted as she grabbed the box and jumped up and down. Wow, this feels amazing, whispered Levi as a big smile spread across his face. What a great feeling it is to make someone you care about happy. This really is the best reward. Integrity is a wonderful thing to have, Levi, and something you should never lose, said his dad. Doing the right thing just because it's the right thing to do shows who you truly are as a person, and I'm really proud of you. Once Aliyah went back inside, Levi walked back home with his dad, knowing he had done the right thing. The next day at school was Friday, just one day before Levi and Aliyah's big soccer game. They met to practice at recess again, and Aliyah told Levi the great news about her new cleats. Then she said something he didn't expect. Thank you, Levi. I know the cleats are from you, Aliyah said with a big smile. I know because you're the only one that knew I wanted them so much, besides my mom and dad, and they said they didn't get them for me. You don't need to thank me, Aliyah, said Levi. You're always doing such amazing things for people. It's time someone did something nice for you. I know you bought Ava the pencil topper to replace the one she lost. You are such a good friend. Aliyah and Levi had a really special friendship and continued to do good deeds for others because it made them feel good, because it made the world a better place, and because it was just the right thing to do. Did you learn a lesson from this story?
If so, what was it?
And parents, do your kids have a story idea?
Leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, the idea, and your kid's name for a chance to join Levi and Ivy on their next adventure. Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Come back for more.